I've started this video so many times because I just couldn't figure out how to open it. But anyway, I've done a few readings recently and a few things have come up. And this sometimes happens, especially in mediumship or healing work. Sometimes you'll have a theme of things repeating or coming up numerous times, which is a good sign for us as well to internalize some of it and use it for our own healing. But the term shadow work or intentional healing, um, building self-awareness, incorporating the dark side, right, the shadow self, that's come up quite a few times. So some of the things that have helped me, especially over the years of like doing my own shadow work and going along the journey, things that would trigger or building more awareness of my own self, my own behavior, how I am, who am I? Do you get what I mean? This is the whole idea of building self-awareness, building that relationship to your higher self, leveling up, ascending on your consciousness journey, right? So this is all of these things that we talk about. It's just that we understand it in a different way. So this is more for people that don't necessarily understand or do understand but don't know how to incorporate those things into your life. So one of the things that helped me, right, notice when you judge, criticize or blame. Okay, pause in that moment. Okay, I talk about the now moment, like being present, being in the now moment helps build self-awareness. Like the now moment is really all that matters. But incorporating those things from the past, leading us into the future, etc. Notice when you judge, criticize or blame and pause. Okay, in that moment, what in yourself are you avoiding by focusing on something external? Okay, so notice when you judge, criticize, blame. That includes self-judgment, criticism, blame, and then outside. Who are you judging, blaming, criticizing? Okay, so this is all about building your own self-awareness, but using others as tools also. Next is when you get feelings of anger, self-pity, jealousy. Like these are triggers really, because they're just things underneath our feelings. Again, pause in that now moment. Ask yourself what your core belief is underneath this feeling. Okay, so these feelings that are coming up, like what is it that's making you angry? What's underneath that? In that self-pity or like victim mentality, what's underneath that? If feelings of jealousy or like competition or feeling like somebody's competing with you, where is that coming from? Where is the core root of that coming from? It's usually like parts of our ego self, right? But then also we need parts of that also to operate. So again, intentional healing, incorporating, bringing in this self-awareness and building self-awareness. Also practice seeing and receiving yourself in others. So again, using people as mirrors, using everybody and everything around you as a reflection. This doesn't have to be an obsessive thing. It just needs to be more of a practice. So like anything else, like going to the gym or like meditation or whatever, it's a build up process. You build yourself up to this and you use it as a practice. So use these things as practices, and then slowly you'll just build more self-awareness. It will make it easier to have relationships with yourself first and foremost, and then filter out to having relationships with people other than yourself, like outside of yourself, friendships, relationships, unionships, etc., work relationships, things like that. So yeah, practice seeing and receiving yourself in others. Okay. Next, practice radical responsibility. So this is going to be difficult for some people. Like it was a little bit for me, but once you start again practicing, practice makes progress, right? And you can feel and see yourself leveling up as you practice these things. So practice more radical responsibility, okay, for your thoughts, your triggers, emotions, like in that moment. Take responsibility where you can instead of blaming others, okay? That is so important. That really comes from like inner child stuff. So this is really going to help inner child healing as well. So just start taking responsibility. It's not about blame or whatever. Just take responsibility where you can. Be radical about it, okay? And notice your emotions. What are you feeling in this moment? Where could this be coming from? Get more to the core root of these things, okay? So that comes into root work. I came out of the camera then, sorry. But yeah. Oh, so the last one, start being really honest with yourself, like your shadow thoughts, your fears, your projections, and remind yourself what is really true. Like our ego lies to us. So you have to start building trust. you have to start building trust with your shadow. And because you're in fear, your shadow self doesn't trust you. Your shadow self doesn't trust your higher self. And if you want to flip it, vice versa. So you've just got to start building trust with yourself. I hope I explained that well. It's more just from my own perspective, my own journeying, and what has helped me and what's helping me still along my healing journey. So, yeah, intentional healing, shadow self, incorporating the dark side. All right, sending love.